What is going on, guys? In this tutorial we will do a quick beginner's guide on Ghost Exile. I will go over basic and more advanced tools you need to find the ghost and how to perform the ritual. So guys, when you first start off playing Ghost Exile, you will have the default tools. You're not always going to figure out the ghost type by using those tools, but do your best and try to guess the ghost type to make more money to buy more tools. And the first tool I recommend buying is actually not a tube, it's a salt. It only costs $10, it requires only level 1, and the reason is because there are side objectives you need to complete that require salt sometimes, and that way you can make extra money in the very beginning. One of the tools used to determine the ghost movement, scattered piles of salt and watch for movement. So basically the only thing that salt is good for is the side objective. You put the salt down and you have to watch the ghost actually step in the salt in order for the objective to be completed. The second one is candle. The same thing, requires level 1, it's only $25, it's good for side objectives and you make more money. You have to bring your own candle. You cannot just light any candle you find in the house. You have to buy it and you have to bring it, and then you have to find a lighter just like this one. So now you have a lighter, you can examine it. The lighter is used for lighting candles and other combustible materials. So all you have to do is press left click and you have a candle lit, and then you can place it in the ghost favorite room and have the objective of ghost blowing out your candle. As for the tools, I would start with Dots Projector. Required level is 2 and it costs $80. The next tool to buy is Voice Recorder. It costs $110 and requires level 3. So now you guys should have all the tools you need to identify the ghost completely. In this game you have 3 difficulties: Beginner, Experienced, and Madman. It's obvious to see that Beginner is the easiest one, Experienced is in the middle, and Madman is the hardest one. For this video we're gonna go with Experienced. So the first thing I like to grab is my video camera. I like to bring my spirit box and a thermometer, which when you get better, you actually don't even need a thermometer to figure out if it's negative temperature or find the ghost room, just because it's pretty easy to do. You always have your flashlight as well. Okay, so first thing I want to do is I'm going to find some fuses, and in this house, I normally know where they're at. Alright, so I did find a lighter. We're going to need that to complete a ritual. You can also light candles with the lighter. Alright, so we found fuses. For this difficulty I just need 1 fuse, and here we go, we found a passport as well. So this is fantastic. Next thing we need to do is to find a breaker box. So there it is. And you can see the fuse is missing. So I'm gonna go ahead and press E to put the fuse in. Then you can turn it off. So now we can go ahead and turn on the lights. Next thing to do is turn on this tankless water heater. Some people call it broiler, but it looks like a water heater to me. This will help you find the ghost direction a little bit easier and quicker. So as you can see right now we have negative temperatures. So I'm going to go ahead and mark freezing temperatures in the journal. So when that's done, I like to walk around with my video camera and to look for ghost orb or haze. Alright guys, so here we go. We have a haze and a ghost orb together in one room. What are the chances of that, right? The haze is a bigger ball and the orb is a smaller one. The haze, you can see it with a night vision and without night vision. The ghost just turned that light on in that room. Let's see what the orb is. There's the orb. So now, see, you can only see the orb with a night vision on, only. While you're able to see the haze with or without the night vision. So now guys, let's get back to the orb. It disappeared on me for a minute, but now it's back. So are we able to see the orb with the lights on? Yeah, we can. Not very good though, right? So if you're looking like towards the dark room, you should be able to see it, just not really well. So it's the best to, to have the lights off for the orb anyways. Okay, so guys, let's get back to the haze. Can you see the haze with the light on? Yeah, it's still kind of hard, just with the ghost orb. It actually disappeared on me for a while. I was walking around the whole house, couldn't find it. So I think it just went above the ceiling. I'm sure the devs are working on this bug right now. But yeah, it's exactly the same with the orb. You can kind of see it with the light on, especially if you look towards the dark areas, but it's still not as hard. With the night vision only. If you turn off the night vision on the camera, you can see it with light, without, it's really easy to spot the haze. It's just too big to miss. The next two tools I would like to talk about is the spirit box and the voice recorder. You could either use them with light on or with light off, that makes no difference. For the spirit box, you first have to make sure it's on with the left mouse click, and then you have to hold down the V key and ask questions like, where are you, or how old are you? As for the voice recorder, it's a little bit more difficult. First, you have to press left mouse button to start recording, hold down the V key and ask the same questions, where are you or how old are you? Then after you're done asking, you have to press the left mouse button key again to stop the recording and right mouse button to play the recording. And if you hear something back, that means you have the evidence. So let's see how all this works. Where are you? Notice the lights are on in all these rooms around me, and we have the spirit box. Where are you? Okay, see that little red, whatever, half a circle, and it showed up on the voice recorder? That means we have the evidence, and we heard it as well in our, well, my headphones. So the UV light, you use it to find basically fingerprints on the doors. The evidence for that is traces of ectoplasm. That's what it's called in this game. Traces of ectoplasm is the fingerprints you see on the doors with the UV light. Those are kind of hard to do. The ghost does not always leave the fingerprints on the door. This is one of the harder evidence to get in this game. Next tool we're looking at is EMF reader. So when EMF reader shows there 5 lights shown, that means you do have EMF reading of 5, and you can mark that as evidence. An easy way to test this is to use it with the Ouija board. Just throw it right on front of the Ouija board and start talking to the Ouija board, and a lot of times you will get the EMF evidence. Ghost interactions are not always leaving the EMF evidence. What's your favorite room? Right there, so we got EMF 5 for sure. So this is a good way to test. Also, when you ask the Ouija board what's Ghost's favorite room, sometimes it has a way to ignore you, which costs you 10 sanity. As you can tell, in this situation, the ghost decided not to tell me its favorite room and decided to ignore me, and I lost 10% sanity. Ghost writing book is pretty self-explanatory. If you throw it on the floor, you will see the writing. That means you have ghost writing. So the next tool we're going to take a look at is infrared motion sensor. So all you have to do is place it around or in the ghost's favorite room and wait for ghost to walk through it. You will see something like this. It was going to make a noise, it's going to light up green, but if any way you guys see this motion sensor orange color, that means that's the evidence. You can go and mark this is infrared motion sensor. Just like that. Just like this. Notice that it made a different sound too. Let's take a look at sanity pills. Sanity pills restore your sanity. If you see your sanity low, you probably need to take pills. Sanity pills restore 50% of your sanity in beginner mode, 40% in experience mode, and 30% in madman mode. Alright, let's talk about the DOTS projector. So the DOTS projector, I believe you can set it really anywhere besides maybe the ceiling. Oh, what? Are you kidding me? You can actually set it? I'm learning something new. I don't know if you're gonna get DOTS this way or not. Let's watch. You know what? Let's move this right up here. So I was not able to see any dots from the ceiling, so do not do this. This does not work as of right now. Right there, did you guys see those? Did you guys see those dots though? Those dots right before the jump scare. So you see a little a shadow runs through the dots very quick. It's kind of hard to see. Right there, again, that just happened. So if you guys can see that, you're good to go. And this counts as an evidence for the laser projection. So guys, let's take a look at zonal EMF detector. A device will determine in which direction the source of electromagnetic fields is located. It does not show the signal strength and only its direction relative to the device. On a large area, it is very useful because of the range of action. It is effective at 100 meters. So basically you walk around with this tool, and if Ghost does some kind of interaction like turns the lights on or something like that, it will start beeping and will show you what direction it's coming from. Okay, so that means the ghost just did something like open this door, open the slide on, or turn this light on in this room. This works the best in bigger places. The next tool is the sound sensor, a device for detecting sounds throughout the room. This will help triangulate the ghost patterns leading to the ghost location. So I'm gonna go ahead and place the sound sensor somewhere up here on the wall, and let's go back to the tent and take a look at the map. So now, as you can see, we have our sound sensor that's a yellow color, and something just happened in the kitchen, so whether that's where the ghost is making that interaction. A floodlight will help with lighting and your sanity drain. Install it in the darkest place of the house, but remember the charge is limited and will take time to restore it. So basically, guys, you drop this floodlight somewhere in the ground where you think the ghost is close to, and even if the ghost turns off the lights, you still have this light to keep your sanity up. Also, guys, let me point this out, that walking with a lit candle in the house will not keep your sanity up. The best way to keep up with your sanity is having lights on or this floodlight. Crucifix, a tool in which the ghost fears. Not all ghosts are affected by the crucifix, only rely on this tool as a last resort. So just like it says, so the ghost can actually ignore the crucifix, depends on the type of the ghost. So be careful with this, guys. This can be either in your hand, or I believe you can throw this down and the ghost can also step on it. As soon as the ghost touches the crucifix, the hunt will stop and you can leave the house. I believe this is the best protection right now, is incense 6. This is used to stunt the ghost during the hunt. Light the incense in the presence of the ghost to disorient it. So the ghost is chasing you, light the stick, the ghost will stop following you for a few seconds. You have a few seconds to get away and hide. The tripod, tool used to elevate and provide stability to video cameras. This can protect them from being moved or thrown. So one way you can do this is put your camera on the tripod. If you want to watch the dot from outside the truck, that's the way to do it. Directional microphone, a tool used to measure volume level at great distances. It is best used in a larger area. This is extremely similar to the zonal EMF detector. Okay, guys, did you see the click of the slide? So the ghost tried to turn the slide on or off, whatever, and did you see the numbers on my microphone went up to 20 something? That's how you can tell what the ghost is. Energy drink, this can temporarily increase the hunter's stamina, which will help you run longer. There's a small chance of acquiring an endurance penalty for the hunt. You're getting chased by the ghost, you drink it, you have more stamina, you turn from really out of shape person to a person in shape. Photo camera, oftentimes physical evidence is required to prove the existence of these ghosts. The photo camera will assist in capturing images. This tool is useful for fulfilling objects in the hunt. So guys, this will not work for like taking a picture. You won't get any money for any kind of other pictures but the ghost. So now let's get into a fun part and let's try to perform a ritual. We will need the spray paint for this and the Book of Exile. Alright guys, so as soon as you figure out who this ghost is, you can start performing the ritual. Note that this is Onryo in my situation, and I have this mark that says the ancient rite of Hisogol. So I will explain to you what that is. So we can go ahead and close the journal. All we need is pick up the Exile book, open this up. Okay, so let's find that. The ancient rite of Hisogol. So we will need 4 ritual candles, 1 rune of Athala and 1 rune of Arcano. So before I do anything, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and pick up this can over here. And what I'd like to do is I would like to draw a protective sign in the ghost's favorite room, which is the lobby. There are 2 signs available as of right now. Those are locked, and I'll tell you why in a minute. This Sigil of Baphomet and Sigil of Astaroth. So let's take a look at what they mean. So Sigil is Baphomet. Use the seal if the ghost in the ghost's favorite room, and it will increase the activity. This will increase the speed of evidence collection. So this is called as active seal. Okay, the next seal is Sigil of Astaroth. The Sigil of Astaroth is a seal of protection. There is a greater chance that the ghost will not initiate the hunt. The sigil might be destroyed and will reduce the ghost speed by 30% for 30 seconds when the hunt starts. So this is called a protective seal. So I'm gonna go ahead and draw a protective seal in the ghost's room. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick this one. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and draw this protective seal in here. Alright, so I do have protective seal in here. What I'm gonna do next is draw the correct seal for this ghost. So let's look again. We have a Noni. It's calling for the ancient rite of Hisagal. Let's take a look at the Book of Exile. This corresponds to the Sigil of Ameth. So I'm gonna go ahead and click this, and we're gonna go ahead and hit lock. Okay, so now it's calling for draw a seal in any room. I don't recommend doing this in the ghost room. I recommend in the room where you can easily go and hide. All those are now unlocked, so we can go ahead and draw it. Okay, so fantastic. And once again, we need how many? 1, 2, 3, 4 candles and 2 runes, just like it says in the Book of Exile. So all the ritual tools are located in the tent. So I believe we needed a couple candles and a couple of runes. So after you place all the correct items in this ritual circle, we can start performing the ritual. I would encourage you to have a incense stick and maybe a crucifix as well in your hand, just for protection, because the ghost will try to start and hunt you. Hopefully the protective seal will help us. And also make sure your sanity is up before you start with the ritual, because the ritual does drain your sanity. Alright, so now we can go ahead and light the candles. We can go ahead, step in the circle. See how it turns red? So far so good. Let's open the book. Actually, sorry, before we open the book, we gotta make sure we have the passport and the lighter, right? So we do need this ghost's name, which is Anthony Smith. Say the name of the ghost. I'm gonna go ahead and press V and say Anthony Smith. Anthony Smith. Okay, so it's telling me that there's a portal somewhere. We need to close the book and run and try to close that portal. Where is it? Where is it? I hear it. Okay, there's a portal. All you have to do is come close to it, press V and say close several times. Close. 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 Okay, so if that portal gets too big, guys, the ghost will initiate the hunt and it can probably kill you. So let's go back to our ritual. I see the candles still lit, so we don't need to relight these candles. So let's go ahead and open up the book. And another hint, guys, if you see the circle is burning red, that means there are no portals in this house. The greatness of Christ commands you. Okay, we have another portal. There can be annoying, yes, I agree. Close. Okay, let's go back to the ritual. So now I don't see the candles lit any longer, so I'm gonna have to relight them again. In the name and God goodness of our Lord. I don't hear any portals are open, so I think all I have to do right now is relight these candles and I'm good to go. Who wants to destroy the whole demon sect? Okay, let's listen for the portal. I actually don't hear it. So let's relight the candles and make sure the circle is red. If it's not red, then that means we have a portal somewhere. It's red, so we are good to go. Let's continue. God, hear my prayer. Alright, another portal. Ah! I'm not here. Close. Okay, so let's go back to the portal. The seal, everything looks good. Let's continue. Save us from the lies of the devil. Okay, I think I just have to relight my candles. Let's see if protective seal is still there. If it's not, that means ghosts try to hunt us and, you know, it's used up the seal. Anthony Smith. Okay, another portal. Close. And keep in mind, guys, this is a beginner map I'm playing. The Madman is going to be a lot harder than this. So keep that in mind. Get out evil. Okay, so guys, we have Ghost exiled. So that is fantastic. The ghost is no longer in this house forever. In my experience, somebody steal walks around and turns off the power box, just like now it just happened. So who is it? Thank you so much for watching my video. If you found this video helpful, please make sure you hit like, as it really helps YouTube algorithm.